The Emperor's Secret is an adventurous and family-friendly escape room. It's set deep underground, beneath the medieval new town hall in Prague. Even though we are many meters underground, the church-like rooms lend a unique atmosphere to the game. You could also say that the setup and the storyline in this game make great use of the 700-year-old location too, to a certain extent at least. The emperor in question is in fact the real-life King Charles IV, who went on to become the Holy Roman Emperor in the 14th century. The story goes that Charles disappeared for 4 months during his reign, under very mysterious circumstances, of course. However, modern historians have finally found out where he went and what he did. Beneath the new town hall, there's a secret room, and maybe there's even a secret treasure waiting for those who dare to explore the riddles and Charles's notes. That's why you're not alone on this quest. A probably both evil and villainous brotherhood are also onto Charles's secret whereabouts. They probably also want to get their hands on the treasure. So you need to work fast. Actually, you only have 60 minutes before it's too late. There are no two ways about this. The authenticity and the appearance of the rooms in The Emperor's Secret are very hard to match. The high ceilings, whitewashed brick walls and arched doorways take you right back to the Middle Ages, and so do all the furniture and the knickknacks that the room has been equipped with. The game starts in what appears to be a huge pantry of some kind. It's not a real kitchen because there's nowhere to do the actual cooking, but there's a huge old table where you could sit down and enjoy a meal and a beer or two. Barrels, sheaves of corn, an antique bird cage and an old broom, among many other things, decorate the room and will play some part in the actual game too. The atmosphere itself is topped off with pleasant medieval music streaming from invisible loudspeakers. And that's just the starting room, because, as promised by the setup, you have to find the secret room too. And without spoiling anything that hasn't already been spoiled by publicity photos, let's just say that it's much, much grander than the kitchen-like area you start in. It's an actual throne room, and it begs of you to discover it. Apparently, however, you're not the first archaeologist to set foot inside the throne room, or the pantry for that matter. Huge projectors light up the locations and banish all shadows, and the beautiful and undoubtedly very authentic artifacts look their very best. In other words, the rooms are not just beautiful, they're actually too beautiful. They're too nice. They're too much like walking around in a museum where Charles IV's stuff has been polished and put on display. It sort of ruins the whole treasure hunting and exploratory feeling in the game. On the other hand, though, it also makes the setting very family friendly. The number one objective in The Emperor's Secret is, of course, to unveil the secret and find the treasure. However, this has been taken several steps further in the puzzle design. The first part of the game is all about finding the treasure, or finding the object, actually. You have to check every single crook and nanny for various stuff that you need to find, and then need to combine to solve the actual puzzle. This is another example of the game being very family-friendly. As a whole, the game does involve a number of padlocks, but they've been specially handpicked for the medieval setting, so there are no digital nor any modern padlocks. Good old-fashioned wrought iron padlocks, that's the style. There's a good flow in the puzzles, and they have a great variation to them. Many of them are properly physical, demanding that you construct things, manipulate or move objects around in the room. That's fun, and it's a really good way of using the space too. In the second part of the game, the puzzles turn into veritable Indiana Jones-like riddles that make use of all the medieval knickknacks as well as the lighting in the room, so much so that you tend to forget the museum-like feeling of the setting and end up feeling like you are on a real quest here. To put it more clearly, the puzzles work nicely. They are fun, they are creative, and they are entertaining for the whole family. In a way, the setup to The Emperor's Secret isn't the easiest one to follow. Are we proper archaeologists? Has the room been sealed off for 700 years? Where does the medieval music come from? Are we in a time machine? Who are the bad guys that want to find the treasure before us? Why would the king and Roman emperor need to hide a huge pirate-like treasure in the first place? The Game Master didn't really create the background story for us. However, what he did do really well was speak English. Here there was no language barrier and his hints were served as kind and helpful as possible. We received 4 hints during the game and they all went through the walkie-talkies without a problem. The mandatory walkie-talkies, of course, because once again that's the way to do a hint system in Prague, apparently. The Game Master didn't take on a role and participate, and the walkies were never integrated into the storyline either. They were just there. The Emperor's Secret does make use of a clock and deadline system, and that thing has actually been integrated in the set design. Every 15 minutes we would apparently be able to hear the sound of church bells indicating the time for us. However, those bells were drowned out by the medieval music and our own eagerness to find the treasure, and there's no visual representation of the time slipping away either. Once you've found the treasure and finished the game, you'll be awarded with a cool sticker as a souvenir. The idea here is that you can also buy a little booklet for the sticker, and you can actually collect a set of 5 stickers in total if you play all the escape rooms provided by the company, The Chamber. When we paid up for the 2 booklets, we were also told that if we collected all the stickers, all 5 stickers, meaning that we played all 5 rooms, the final room would be free of charge to play, actually becoming a trophy or a prize to be won in the end. However, none of the other Game Masters in the other escape rooms at the Chamber seem to remember or know any of this, but the booklet is still a nice little souvenir. First and foremost, The Emperor's Secret is a family-friendly escape room set in gorgeous medieval rooms deep underground. The museum-like atmosphere and the high-key lighting make the whole experience less immersive. Fortunately, on the other hand, the puzzles are both fun and creative and make you feel a little like Indiana Jones in the end.